I think consensus is is on its last legs right now. We think in Washington, particularly on foreign policy. I think that's the thing to be most concerned about going into the election. We have the typical gridlock, oh, Congress doesn't work, Congress doesn't work. But in fact, when Congress has to work, it does work. It does clear the debt ceiling. It does pass appropriations. It doesn't shut down. It'll pass, defense authorization, defense appropriations. It will pass aid to Ukraine and Israel. It will get there, not efficiently, but it will get there. The scarier question for us is if there isn't a unified voice between the administration, the executive branch, and the Congress on things like Russia, and whether we allow Ukraine to use American weapons to bomb Russia, or how far we push Israel or try to push Israel, that becomes confusing, not just for American voters, but for the rest of the world.
Wendy, coming up, thinking about this election here, the Republican Party of my father that voted for Nixon and would vote for Nixon again if he ran today, where is that Republican Party gone and gone forever?
Well, in foreign policy, I think that Republican Party is gone. I think the last time we saw that Republican Party was really George Herbert Walker Bush, not even George W. Bush, even though Dick Cheney served in both administrations. That idea of international diplomacy, the idea of, using the UN, using NATO, really feeling like you are a partner and that you have a responsibility to address, particularly autocratic regimes. I think that's gone in the Republican Party. It's certainly not the loudest voices. I just think nobody is listening on that side of the aisle in terms of that kind of policy. And again, that's something to really think about. But the American people seem to want their politicians to focus at home, to focus on inflation, to focus on climate change, to focus on better jobs, better wages, better health care. They seem to be much more inwardly focused than we've seen in a long time.